Parts of a lab report. A lab report is broken down into different sections. Each section contains a different part of information. The title. The title should be very specific, allows no confusion about what the paper is looking at. For example, behavior analysis of fleas in response to different food sources. Notice with this example of a title, Perception of Different Sugars by Blowflies, it gives an accurate picture of what exactly is going to be discussed in the lab report. Abstract. Comes after the title, is a short paragraph with a summary of what you were looking for, what happened, and what your conclusions were. In this abstract, you are giving a simple one-paragraph summary of everything that you've done in the lab. It doesn't need to be very long at all. Simple, to the point. The introduction contains the background about your subject, gives enough information about your topic so someone reading it for the first time would understand some general info. In the introduction, you're giving background for people who are not aware of what you're studying. This can be as detailed or as undetailed as you'd prefer. Ideally, it should be just enough information to understand the rest of the report. Methods and materials. These are procedures you used in your lab report. It gives no information about the results, only the procedures. These are some sample methods. Notice the specificity, especially in terms of the molarity of the solution. You don't know what that means, but keep in mind that they've listed each one that they've used. Results. Here you are merely explain what the table is showing. You are not allowed to make conclusions here. For example, in Table A, we see that blank is occurring. Each table must be mentioned. In the results section, you're only describing what you see in your figures and tables. Conclusions. This is where you form your own conclusions on the data. Example, in graph 1 we saw blank. This means that blank. Compare this with your discussion or conclusions. Notice how they talk about how their hypotheses would be correct or incorrect at any given moment. This is the essential difference between the discussions as well as the information. References. If you received any information for the introduction or methods, you must reference it here. In the references, you'll be using MLA format, but don't be too concerned about that. I'll explain it more later. Simply, any information that you've used has to be cited.